Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Critical Podcast. My name is Ryan. This is Jayden here.
Yep.
And if you're watching, make sure you go check out our main channel, our Letterbox, our Spotify, TikTok.
All in the description.
All in the description below. Today we've got hot takes.
This is going to be the hot take
This
episode.
is the hot take episode. We've got some of the hot takes on our own.
And then we have fan hot takes commented from you guys, from our community post and in the description forever. So if you want us to talk about your guys' hot takes, make sure you comment down those below.
Appreciate for so many comments.
Yes, thank you guys a lot.
I'm quite excited to read these.
And we're so sorry for missing a week of uploading.
Of course. I had a trip, which I'll get into more in a second.
We were so busy, we couldn't, but we're going to make sure we're back on track from now on, getting out bangers for you guys. So let's just get into our positive and negatives of the week.
All right. So positive, I went on a trip. I went to Orlando, Florida.
Nice. What'd you
do? So we're moving my sister there. It was actually one of the funner vacations I've had in my life, actually. We didn't waste any day. We went to the beach in Clearwater. We went to the Universal Studios. We didn't go to Disney World.
No Disney
We'll
World.
do that next time.
What'd you do at Universal Studios? Did you see the FNAF animatronics there?
No.
Why?
I think I passed by the where they had them, I think, but I didn't go in. It was closed.
It was closed.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I didn't try to look for them anyways because I was with my family. They probably didn't want to do that anyways. So I went to the Island of Adventure Park
With all the Marvel themed attractions. Did you like them?
Well, I went on one ride there.
One ride?
I didn't go on the Hulk coaster.
The whole coaster is so good.
You went on it?
I went there like back in like maybe 5th, 6th grade once, and I remember loving it. The Hulk ride is crazy.
I really wanted to ride those roller coasters, but the lines were so long. I did not want to wait in those lines.
I'm sorry for no. We went like during COVID, so like it was very like dialed down, and then like we went like a perfect timing where the lines weren't too bad at all. We made sure we got there early and everything, dude. It was so fun.
Oh, but I did ride the Spider-Man ride.
The 3D
the simulated
animated
one. Yeah. I also did the Harry Potter one.
The Harry Potter one's fun. It's great.
And the Hagrid roller coaster one. Did you do that? It was like a motorbike, Hagrid's motorbike.
No, I don't remember that.
It was so fun.
Ooh.
That was probably one of the funner roller coasters I've been on. It wasn't scary, but it was fun. It was really fun. And sadly, I didn't get to do any of the roller coasters, but it was still a blast. Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad you had fun.
What's a positive of your week?
Positive is the FNAF movie is coming out very soon. We only have like a week or two left, only like a few days.
I'm starting to see trailers on as commercials on TV.
I still haven't seen the second trailer. I'm still going to hold off. So hopefully it really blows me away. But it also brings me right into my negative of the week. I'm very worried for the FNAF movie, obviously, because it's probably not going to be a good movie, but we can hope it's a good movie. But I'm more so worried about the crowd that's going to be there. We got tickets for opening night for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah.
I am concerned for the people that are going to be in our crowd.
There's going to be a bunch of children there?
Stinky children. I think there's going to be a lot of stinky children, and that's not going to be fun. Do you have any negatives?
Yeah. I came right back from my trip just to have a test. One day of school, because I didn't have school on Friday.
You missed the whole week of school?
Yeah, missed pretty much the whole week of school, but I had a test, and I was not prepared for it.
Damn.
I think I still did all right, though.
We can hope, right? Something I just want to bring up, the DCEU has fully been uncast. I think Ezra Miller has fully been removed from like the Flash. He's not going to be the Flash anymore. I don't think Gal Gadot is going to be Wonder Woman, and Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are still gone as that world's universe is Batman and Superman, which it's still kind of sad. Admittedly, it wasn't a great universe they had going, but there was some aspects to it that were great, and it's just sort of sad to see it go.
Yeah.
Before we get into fan questions, I want to make a bet. All right.
Okay.
If the FNAF movie is good,
yeah,
you will get a poster of it, and you have to set it up for however long, however long. So if you want.
Okay.
But if the movie is bad, I will hang it up in my room permanently. And I will. It'll just be a reminder of how bad the most hype movie of our lives
let's shake on
deal.
That. Yes, deal.
Check behind that blind right there. and grab that and show the camera. It's the FNAF. It's the Five Nights at Freddy's movie poster.
Bro, you didn't even tell me.
It's
I had
framed,
no idea.
framed and everything. So the fate of this movie depends on who's gonna set up this poster. We'll definitely have it on set for the FNAF episode.
It's a nice poster. It's
It is
not
a very
bad.
cool poster. The red eyes don't look that bad in that.
Yeah, I'd still
scenario.
rather have the white dot though.
Definitely.
For sure. I saw some. Did you see those fan posters?
Yeah, I did.
They looked so good.
In the second trailer, I've also heard they may have brought back the white eyes or something. But yeah, so hopefully it's not bad, so I don't have to hang up a bad movie in my room. But
I mean, it would kind of be hidden among all the posters you have
all
here.
the great Marvel DC posters.
I'm just moving rooms, so I wouldn't have. I don't have much posters to put in there.
Let's get into some hot takes. Grab out our first one. So these are hot takes from you guys.
Okay.
Grab the first one. Let's see what we have. Thank you so much for commenting as well.
All right. The A Train. No Way Home is the worst out of the MCU trilogy.
We're starting
the Tom MCU trilogy.
We're starting off hot. What?
What does he think is better? Homecoming?
I don't think that's real. No, dang, yeah, that is a. I don't even know where to begin on that. That is definitely a hot take. No Way Home is clearly the only good. Great.
I'm curious to see where he puts the others. Do you think he likes Homecoming more than Far From Home?
I would hope I think Far From Home is a lot better than Homecoming.
Me
I would
too.
hope Far From Home is up there, but it's not. No Way Home is amazing. No Way Home gets way too. So I feel like nowadays so many people have been switching up on No Way Home. Like now more and more I see random people commenting and stuff like No Way Home is bad. But even you remember when it first came out, it was praised. Everybody loved it.
I remember.
I
didn't watch it, but I remember it being
and it's clearly a top 3-4 MCU movie. Okay, next question. Hopefully we don't get one that's as bad. That was a terrible take.
Was
I'm
that
sorry.
one of the worst in here?
Yes, no, that is probably the worst one in here. I hope it doesn't get any worse.
By our former guest, Will Armani.
Will Armani. Former guest, friend of the show, Will Armani.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Will Armani, okay. The Incredibles is mid. Yeah, he just did this to piss me off.
It's clearly not. I think in the I don't blame you for having the Incredibles over Into the Spider-Verse and across. I think in Incredibles is one of the few animated movies that could actually compete with those behemoths. But yeah, that it's clearly not a mid-tier movie. Incredibles is a wonderful movie.
Yeah, Incredibles is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It is your favorite movie of all time. I think anybody who has the Incredibles as their favorite, at least favorite Pixar movie, I think that's great. I think I like Monsters, Inc. and maybe Toy Story 3 are like the only movies I'd put above The Incredibles. But The Incredibles is great. No? What do you think about Monsters, Inc.?
Monsters, Inc. is good, yeah.
Monsters, Inc. is probably my favorite Pixar movie.
Yeah, Will is crazy.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. Dillon Squeakin'. What If is overrated. You haven't seen What If? It's an animated MCU show.
Overrated?
Yeah, I
haven't heard anybody talk about it.
Yeah, so I don't agree with this because I don't think many people talk about it, and I think most people acknowledge it's not a great show. But yeah, no, I agree. What If is
maybe he thinks it's like so bad that even the people who think it's bad, even the people that think it's bad, are overrating it.
Maybe. Nah, yeah, What If season 2 is coming out, and there was some decent episode concepts it was looking like, but the first season was just not it. Next question. But yes, What If is not good.
Let's see. Oh my gosh,
big question.
This guy wrote an essay.
He showed his homework.
He cited his sources too. Jaya Sada 8002. Eternals was actually good, and nowhere near the worst from Marvel. Many ignored it because they were restless for a No Way Home. I'm sorry.
You can't. Seems like, are you dyslexic or something? Why can't you read?
The person who wrote this doesn't have the best handwriting.
Sorry.
For a No Way Home.
Let me read it. Let me read it. JSada 8002. Eternals was actually good and nowhere near the worst from Marvel. Many ignored it because they were restless for a No Way Home trailer and because many badmouthed the film. Not the best, but still good. Would have worked better as a Disney Plus show. You haven't seen Eternals. I don't think it's a good movie, but I definitely agree with it being overhated, and it's definitely not the worst. Like, it's better than Iron Man 2. It's better than Homecoming. It's fine, Marvel. It's not good. It's not great. It's just fine.
I saw it on your list. It was pretty low.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not very good.
Yeah.
It's the lowest rated Marvel project.
Really?
Yeah, but I think there's clearly worse movies.
What did I like worse, or what did I not like?
Yeah, Iron Man 2.
What did I think was worse? Iron Man 2 was probably the worst one I've watched so far.
Homecoming.
Well, I didn't think Homecoming was that bad, but it's not. It's down there.
You weren't that big on Guardians 2, sadly.
No. I wasn't that big on any of the Guardians, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
we'll get into
you're
that.
insane. Next hot take.
Oh, another essay.
Do I need to read this one?
No, I'm good. Ancient Komodo. Spider-Man 1 is average, but at best. If you take out Willem Dafoe, he carried that movie on his back. The Tobey trilogy is insanely overrated. One great film, one alright one, and one awful but enjoyable one. Okay.
I'm confused on how that one great one.
I think the one great one is Spider-Man 2, probably.
Yeah.
And then one alright one, Spider-Man 1.
And then the awful but fine one, Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I think I kind of agree with that one. I guess I'm not sure about the whole Green Goblin thing, but I'm not that big on Spider-Man 1. It's down there with the I mean, I think it's fine.
He's right about Willem Dafoe, though. He did do really good. He didn't carry the movie.
He didn't carry the movie, but it's still a great superhero Spider-Man movie. But
no,
yeah,
Toby did a great job, and
it is not overrated. I don't think the Toby.
It's not
over. It's properly rated, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I love Spider-Man 3. It's surprisingly my favorite out of the trilogy. But
yeah, it's more. Like you said, it's not awful. It's good. It's good. I still think it's good, but it's more enjoyable than.
Yeah, definitely.
It has some problems.
Big boy, Barbie was a lot better than Oppenheimer. I don't agree.
You can go ahead and put that one in the shredder.
In the shredder, yeah, no. That's probably. Is that worse than the No Way Home take?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Barbie was contender for one of the worst movies I've seen in my life, and Oppenheimer was great.
That's crazy. There's no way that you haven't seen a worse movie than that.
No, Barbie was not for me. We did a whole review on it, but
it was worse than Blue Beetle.
Definitely, it was worse than every movie.
He thinks it's better than Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I not that really. I'm speechless. Barbie sucked. I don't know. I'm still so mad it's the highest grossing movie of the year. It so bad. Will was higher on it than us. I can't believe that.
He said it's better on rewatch.
Yeah, Will even said it. We gotta have him back on the show.
I want to rewatch it with
my
sister's not here anymore.
Oh, dang.
I just realized that. I've been wanting to rewatch Barbie with my sister, but she moved to Orlando. That's why we went there.
Jeez, that's sad. Brett, he had a few hot takes to say. Minecraft sucks and is overrated. Endgame is overrated. And Oppenheimer was not flawless. Minecraft sucks and is overrated.
That's completely false.
I think it's overrated, but I don't think it sucks. I think Minecraft's a good game, but it might be a little bit overrated.
It's not, I don't think it's overrated. I think it deserves all the hype it's gotten.
I mean, it's just that...
It's such a fun game, though. Like... I think they should have added much more. I really want to make a video on all the things that they could add to Minecraft.
We need to get started on that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea at all. And then Endgame is overrated. You haven't seen Endgame in forever. You probably don't even... Have you seen Endgame?
No, I haven't.
I think it is slightly overrated. I got to agree with this one. I know there's a fair amount of people that don't like it. I think it's fine, but I think Age of Ultron might be a worse Avengers movie. And then Oppenheimer was not flawless.
I agree.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too long.
Definitely, you can get a little boring sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Will disagrees with that.
Yeah, Will thinks it was the best movie of this year, which it's clearly Across the Spider-Verse. Oppenheimer is not a movie for everyone, as Across the Spider-Verse is a movie for everybody. So, oh, it's your turn to read one. My
Apparently
bad.
not Will though.
Yeah, surprisingly, there's a fair amount of people that think Oppenheimer is better. Across the Spider-Verse is clearly the best.
All right, XM Gamer X. Shrek is the best movie of all time.
Ooh, how do you feel about
It's a
that?
hot take, but it's fair.
Fair. I think Shrek 2 is better than the first one, actually. I like the sequel a lot better.
I don't think I've ever watched the Shrek sequel.
It's
or
great.
ever like watched it. Like ever put it. I've never put it on, but it's come on TV, and I just watched like a little bit of it.
Bully Twist 9257. Spider-Man 3 and TASM 2 are way too overrated and are actually good. Not a hot take. I agree with this completely. How about you?
So you said TASM 2.
TASM 2 and Spider-Man 3 are way too underrated and are actually good.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Great. I'd say that's not a hot take. Well, yeah,
not a
people
hot
don't
take
like
to
them.
us.
Yeah, not a hot take to us, but we love those. It's your turn. Sorry.
Why do I get the long ones?
Do I need to read that one?
No, I'm good. I got it. Jack Knight 625. No Way Home is overrated. The most interesting stuff gets solved at the beginning of the film. The legal problems, usage of Stark Tech, Peter's family in danger, struggle to be Spider-Man, all gone just for a Daredevil cameo.
I gotta disagree. I mean,
I disagree that it's overrated, but I can agree.
I can see his point.
No, I actually really agree with this.
Ooh.
That stuff, I actually expected the whole movie to be that, and I was very hyped for it, but I actually got disappointed for a second, and then I saw what was actually going on. I liked it.
I think the first half, or at least like the opening part with No Way Home, with all that, the Doctor Strange stuff. I'm not that big a fan of all that stuff. I think Peter's kind of an idiot, and then by the end of the movie, he kind of deserves what happens to him because he was a complete idiot throughout the first act of the movie.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about the legal problems.
Well, why would you want to see him deal with legal problems?
No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean like that. I meant, how he just got exposed. Spider-Man is in danger. All that stuff. He goes to Doctor Strange to try to fix it, but that shit was bad, and that's how it gets. That's how it gets into all the other stuff
and all the second half, the second and third act. As soon as the villains get introduced, it is a flawless movie up until that point. All that carry, like whatever it does. The first act was fine. I think my issue with the first act is I think Peter's an idiot and he shouldn't try to erase everyone's mind. And Doctor Strange is kind of partly an idiot too for helping with such a childish situation. But like the Daredevil cameo part he's talking about, Daredevil's awesome. The Daredevil show is awesome. I don't care at all that was wrapped up with the Daredevil cameo because it makes sense. He's a lawyer and it's awesome. Daredevil's awesome. Mm-hmm. You haven't seen the Daredevil show, so maybe you have a different look on it, but Daredevil's sick, man.
Yeah, but that stuff was pretty interesting.
Sad Boy Moot 9396. The Avengers would have won in Infinity War if Cap signed the Accords in Civil War. So, do you remember much? You haven't really seen Infinity War. You haven't rewatched that or seen that one really yet.
I don't really know what the consequences are from that affect that.
I think this is a very interesting take. I think this is a very interesting look on it, but I don't think they would have won. They would have been as a team still, but I think Thanos still probably would have got the stones. Maybe it would have been a harder battle, but that's a completely fine view on it.
By Solvent. Toby's the worst live-action Spider-Man.
I completely disagree.
Yeah, of course.
I think Tom is clearly the worst Spider-Man.
I agree with you.
That is an atrocious take. Solvent. Solvent's the buddy that's always on the live stream. Solvent, I love you, buddy, but that is a terrible take.
I want to do another live stream.
Oh yeah, I want to live stream the Spider-Man Miles Morales game.
All right. By the Spider fan
YT.
Spider Fan YT. TASM 2 is better than Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh,
No.
I disagree.
Spider-Man 2 is good. It's not that good. It's got a lot of problems.
Yeah, TASM 2. Well, TASM 2. TASM 2 is great. I love TASM 2. It's like one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, but not better. The Spider-Verse movies are like out of the conversation with the live-action Spider-Man movies. The animated ones are so much better.
It just blows it out to...
Literally.
Bro. The last one. Keep this.
Ruby the Ninja. Some of the MCU TV shows are actually good and very overhated. I partly agree. I think She-Hulk and Hawkeye are like the only two MCU shows I actually like. I couldn't really care for any of the other ones, but people love Loki and WandaVision.
I don't want to watch any of them. They just don't appeal to me at all. A whole TV show.
Yeah, no, a lot of them aren't great, but She-Hulk is like the only one I would want you to watch because She-Hulk is actually.
I'm not watching that.
No, you have to watch.
No, I'm not watching
She-Hulk. No, She-Hulk is great.
I have so much other better shows I could be watching.
But She-Hulk's better. She-Hulk is great. She-Hulk is amazing. The way it explores the MCU. It's like Better Call Saul stuff, like the lawyer stuff, and that's great. The lawyer stuff and She-Hulk's great. It like explores it explores the MCU like it explores more of the MCU. Like there's like character court cases where like they have certain powers. It like just gives you more like world feel of the MCU. She-Hulk is awesome. You're gonna watch it. I will make you watch it.
Just hoping to disagree with you.
Well, maybe, but I love She-Hulk. There's definitely problems.
You love
with
it. Have you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but I remember liking it. I remember the first few episodes were they were good, but I liked what She-Hulk had going for it, and I want to see more of She-Hulk.
All right.
The final one?
LG62361. Iron Man 3 is the best Iron Man. Age of Ultron is better than the Avengers. Civil War is mid.
Iron Man 3 one, I'm gonna have to agree.
This sounds like something our friend would say.
Yeah, we're not gonna. We'll call him Josh, but yeah.
Yeah.
We have a friend named Josh that has quite a few opinions like these. I'm Iron Man 3. I'm gonna agree. I think Iron Man 3 is the best out of the trilogy. I don't mind Iron Man 3. I like Iron Man 3.
I don't think it's the best out of the trilogy. The first one was so much better.
We both agree it's better than Iron Man 2, though, right?
Of course.
Way better than Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
I like Iron Man 3. I really like him having to deal with the PTSD and aftermath of the Avengers and stuff. I just thought that stuff was really interesting. And I like the stuff with the kid a lot as well.
I wasn't expecting that at all. I didn't think that was too cool.
Really?
No. It was like, I don't think it adds too much, really.
Yeah, no, Iron Man 3 is great. I agree with that one. Age of Ultron better than the first Avengers? No. Age of Ultron is a mess of a movie. I like Age of Ultron, but it's probably the worst Avengers movie. It's unfortunately our friend one of Josh's favorite MCU movies, his favorite Avengers movie.
His favorite.
He gives it a 10 out of 10.
And he also thinks Civil War is bad.
Yeah, he also I completely disagree with Civil War is a masterpiece. After we just rewatched it, and
it's not as good as No Way Home. I like The Winter Soldier more.
I think it's clearly better than No Way Home and clearly better than The Winter Soldier.
No, Winter Soldier was so much
The Winter Soldier is a masterpiece, but Civil War is great.
Mm-hmm.
I love how oh my God. We're going to save most of these MCU movies for the MCU episode, but Civil War is amazing. But yeah, I know you're not that high on Age of Ultron.
I rated it on Letterboxd 3.5 stars.
7 out of 10?
No, Age of Ultron. That was Iron Man 3.
Iron Man
Age
3.
of Ultron, I haven't rated it yet. I think I'm gonna give it a 3 stars, maybe. Yeah, 3 stars.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so much going on in that. There's a lot of good stuff in that movie, but it's so cluttered. I love the dinner scene where they're trying to pick up Thor's hammer. That might be like a top 3 MCU scene for me. I love that. And then I think the second act of that movie is what really falls off for me. I think it's quite a mess through all that, but yeah.
That's all the fan questions.
Should we get into our own hot takes?
Yes.
So
we were supposed to do movie hot takes and food hot takes, right?
we were gonna do food hot takes, but we decided we're gonna do movie hot takes.
Okay.
So
I good because I didn't have like any food hot takes.
yeah, that's fine.
Because I'm a normal person when it comes to food.
You want to start us off?
Yes. Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't that great.
The first one?
Both of them. The two that I've watched.
Yeah, I completely disagree. Anybody with a brain and two eyes could tell the first Guardians is a masterpiece. Everybody loves it. It's in everybody's top 5, top 10. It's probably in the conversation with top 5, maybe top 10 superheroes movies of all time. It's the funniest MCU movie. It's the most heartfelt.
So the universe just confuses me. Like, it's not as established as well as in like Star Wars, for example. It's another space movie. It's in space and everything, and I just didn't connect to it at all. Really, it might have been because I was tired. I want to rewatch it one day, of course, but from the first watch, it just didn't connect with me.
Gabe Myers, who was on fan of the both channels, not fan, big supporter. We love you, Gabe. He said we made a short about Guardians of the Galaxy. He was like, Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the few movies that was the most heartfelt, or like one he connected with the most. But yeah, I just couldn't. I'm shocked you don't like the first Guardians.
I was upset that I didn't like it either. Because I know a lot of people disagree.
I thought the space aspect was like, I thought how they introduced like, oh, there's like more worlds, more like I like how they introduced kind of that Star Wars aspect. What I didn't like is
they were just all humans and with different colors.
But like that's like in the comics, that's who they are. Like they're like bottom tier, nobody knows characters. But like
I understand.
They have great character development, great scenes in it. I just love Guardians. I couldn't disagree more. I'll get into one of my hot takes. Right. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is the best MCU movie. I don't understand why you're so low on it. I think it's probably...
I liked it equally with Guardians.
Really? I think...
By the way, let me say, the Guardians of the Galaxy, both of them, they weren't bad. They were enjoyable. I just didn't connect with them as good. I didn't think they were great. Damn. Like a lot of people say. That's where I stand. I don't think they're bad at all.
Guardians 2 is the best MCU movie. I love it. I think the whole Yondu thing's great. I think Ego's a fine villain. It's so funny. That movie's hysterical.
Did you like the ripe joke?
No. Well, I mean, I don't think it's bad, but it just like makes sense. Like, oh, earlier they were talking about it wasn't ripe, and then she bites it, and then it wasn't ripe. Like, it's not funny, but it's not like, cringe or anything. It's just
it is because it's so unfunny.
I mean, I know a lot of people hate on that joke. I just think
why did they keep that in there?
I don't know.
They should have just took it out.
What's your next one?
The Dark Knight Rises is good.
There's a lot of issues and plot holes with The Dark Knight Rises, but like I like it. I think it's fine.
It's entertaining. I like Bane.
Bane, yeah, Tom Hardy as Bane is a great villain. I like that a lot.
I like his voice.
I think it's definitely overhated. Nobody knows who I was until I put on a mask. I am Bane. Yeah, no, I think it's overhated, but I don't think there's a lot of issues with it. I don't like the whole ending with him flying off into the distance with the bomb. And just like a lot of stuff they did in that movie, it was like, and then Catwoman saving him at the end. Because some girl, Talia, betrayed him and stuff.
Way lower than The Dark Knight.
Yeah, way lower.
But it's good. It's entertaining.
You haven't seen Batman Begins, surprisingly, but I think Batman Begins is great.
You think it's better?
I think it's clearly better than The Dark Knight Rises, not better than The Dark Knight.
Okay.
And then one of my hot takes, same one as LG, I believe who it was, Iron Man 3 is the best Iron Man, which we already talked. You think the first one's better. I think the first one for me is like a 7 out of 10. I think that movie's slightly overrated, but it's still good.
I like origin stories, and I loved it.
I just felt like there's...
The terrorist stuff was super cool. I love how he just built it from... when he first created the Iron Man suit, he was in captivity. That was a great idea.
I feel like there's just been so much origin story. I feel like there's just been so much origin stories done better since Iron Man. But it's still a great movie.
Yeah. Cars 2 is not good. This is not really a hot take, but it is for you.
I don't know why it's the lowest rated Pixar movies. I just think if I think people think about it too hard. We were talking about it earlier. Like, you think the spy stuff is weird. Like, there's a bunch of weird stuff in that movie, but if you just look at it all right, it's a dumb, fun kid spy cars movie. You just need to enjoy it. It's entertaining. It's a fun movie.
I have an idea of why I might not like it that good.
Why?
You know how if you read a book, if school makes you read a book, you hate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like I've seen this movie in a classroom 3 times.
I am jealous. We used to go to school together. Were we ever shown Cars 2 in elementary?
No.
Yeah, I wasn't ever showed. I would be so happy if my teacher put on Cars 2. I'd be like, yes, let's go, the best Cars movie.
If my teacher put on Cars 2, I would just immediately think there's so much more better movies we could be watching right now.
But Cars 2 is great, so.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I think we're going to agree on this one. Barbie is the worst movie of this year.
Yeah, that's one of my hot takes.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know why it's so highly rated.
Yeah,
we talked about it.
We've already talked about it. Blue Beetle was terrible.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very overpraised. We did not like Blue Beetle. Dumb villains.
It's horrible.
Horrible. Didn't like the family.
Literally just Ant-Man.
Yeah, and Ant-Man's just so much better.
It's done so much.
The potential of they don't do anything with Blue Beetle. He has the cool sword, coolest scene in the movie. Does 1-2 things.
I was hyped for it too.
Yeah, and they do nothing. It's just Blue Beetle is so mid. The Suicide Squad, 2021. Is a top 3 DC movie.
I disagree.
Yeah, I know you're a lot lower than the Suicide. You're a lot lower on the Suicide Squad than everyone else. I love the Suicide Squad. It's same guy. You might not like James Gunn movies. James Gunn is the same person who made Suicide Squad. Did you remember the first episode of Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Did you like Peacemaker?
I liked it. I liked the first episode.
Yeah, no, Peacemaker is great.
Did he direct that too?
Yeah, he does all the.
There's so many shows that I started watching and haven't finished that Peacemaker would be on the lower part of my list. I gotta finish Barry.
Yeah, Barry's great. I would love to do a Barry episode.
What else?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would love for you to start Mr. Robot. That's a great show. There's a ton of stuff to be watched. Your turn.
Tarzan movies are underrated.
I agree.
Yeah, that was one of the hot takes from the pile. Right?
Yeah, one of my next one was Tarzan 2 is a top 3 live action Spider-Man movie. Yes,
that's
Tarzan movies are definitely overhated. There's a lot of stuff wrong with them, but I think the Spider-Man cool action, the actual representation of Spider-Man, just carries those movies.
I mean, Mulan is the best movie from Disney Animated Studios, non-Pixar.
I might agree. Mulan is great. I love it.
I gave it a 5 stars on
10 out of 10?
Letterboxd.
Really?
No, Letterboxd. 5 stars.
Yeah. I don't blame you, dude. Mulan is great. Have you seen the live action one?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't want to ruin Mulan for me. But yeah, Mulan's a great movie.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. is the best Pixar movie. Yeah, obviously
I disagree.
You disagree. I think Monsters Inc. is better than The Incredibles, better than.
I
Toy
say
Stories.
Monsters Inc. is 8 out of 10.
That's fair. It's an awesome movie. I love the.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I love the Boo and Sully relationship. Mike is funny, and I just love the whole concept of it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, great movie. I gotta rewatch it.
It's so good.
There was a period where I just rewatched all the Pixar movies and I loved it. I want to do it again.
No, they're great. I don't mind Monsters University either.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to say that. Monsters University is underrated.
Yeah, underrated, definitely.
I think it's a fun movie.
I like Monsters.
It's very fun.
I like how it shows the backstory of Sully and Mike. That's really interesting.
I think it was a well-needed prequel.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a third one day.
The first Iron Man was a great movie.
Yeah, obviously, that's kind of a hot take for me. Never mind. So, I think it's fine. I think it's a fine origin story movie, but like we said before, I think there's just been so much stuff done better. Like I'm taking Ant-Man over Iron Man. I'm taking
Me too.
the first Avenger over Iron Man. Just just there's so much stuff done better. The prequels are bad. The Star Wars ones, Episode 1, 2, and 3.
I don't think is that a hot take. I didn't think that was a hot take.
People love the prequels.
I know some people do, but like
for a long time, for like a long period of time, I think a lot of people knew the prequels were bad. But there's so many people switching up nowadays, saying Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie. The prequels are underrated. They're so good. People thinking Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones are actually good. Those movies are... No, I don't... How do you feel about it, Revenge of the Sith?
From what I remember, Revenge of the Sith was my favorite prequel.
It's the best
but
prequel,
it's lower on my list.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's not great. And from what I remember, I didn't like any of the prequels that much at all. And I'm excited to rewatch them though.
Yeah, as a kid, I watched the prequels, and I remember like watching them like, I don't like this. Like I didn't even like the prequels as a kid.
My mindset was, Phantom Menace was stupid.
Kid Anakin is so dumb.
Yeah, and then Attack of the Clones was boring and forgettable. I don't remember a single thing from that movie except for the ending.
The dude who plays Anakin, Hayden Christensen, he's a bad actor. Like a lot of his line deliveries, like especially in Revenge of the Sith, when he's saying stuff like I hate you or I slaughter them like animals. I just think
it could have also been directing. It may not be just that he's a bad actor.
Well, there's like TASM 2 is horrible direction, but the acting in that movie carries it. So I think there's like some scenarios where like that's acceptable. I just think the prequels had bad writing. They overbloated with stuff. I didn't like anything they did with Yoda in the prequels. Just we don't like the prequels. They're bad.
Yeah. Return of the Jedi is a good movie.
And
I don't think this is a hot take for most people, but for you it is.
Yeah, no, I don't like Return of the Jedi. I think Empire Strikes Back is one of my favorite movies of all time. We agree Empire Strikes Back.
That's the best Star Wars movie.
I just think it's such a stoop down from what Empire was.
Not that bad. I think it's on par with A New Hope.
I think A New Hope's clearly better though, right?
No.
I
think it's the same level.
I think A New Hope is way better than Return of the Jedi. I just thought it was so boring. Like when we were rewatching it, I fell asleep on it. I think that everything with Vader and Palpatine and Luke is great, but I don't care for the Ewoks. I don't care for like any of that stuff going on. I like the forest chase. Yeah. That stuff's fine, but most of that movie is just filled with
You've got to love the opening though.
Yeah.
And Tatooine. That was great.
And I don't mind the little fight they have when Boba Fett falls in the sand and like they're all nodding at each other and Luke gets thrown the lightsaber. Like, but it's just such a step down from Empire Strikes Back. Across the Spider-Verse has an unsatisfying ending.
I disagree. I know so many people think this, but I don't.
I think the majority of people like it, but yeah, I just think it's a 20-minute trailer of build up. And then there's so much cool stuff going on, and it just randomly ends. Like you get blue balled, basically. My leg just fell asleep. This is I hate this feeling.
Yeah, but when you're watching it, I can see how you're probably like, how long is this movie gonna be? Because you don't think it's gonna end right there, and then it ends right.
Yeah, you don't really know when it's gonna end, and then it just, hopefully I'm praying Beyond is good.
I didn't have a problem with it though.
All right, your turn.
Let me see where it was. The Suicide Squad is worse than the Joker 2019.
What do you mean by worse? Like it's
below that. It's not as good.
Well, obviously, but like how much worse? Just like okay, when I mean, I can agree with that. Joker's a very good movie. I'd probably, now thinking about it, I'm probably taking the Joker over the Suicide Squad, but like we said before, I love the Suicide Squad. You're obviously lower on it, but I think they're probably on par.
Okay.
The Lego Batman movie has one of the best theatrical representations of Batman.
How?
Does it come in black? Like that's so stupid. Christopher Nolan doesn't. I love the Dark Knight's amazing movie. I love the Christopher Nolan movies, but they're not a good representation of Batman. It's not Batman. And The Batman, which is one of the few movies I give it a 10 out of 10. You love The Batman. He's an emo, fully Batman depressed guy. And then like Batman pulling and the Lego Batman when he pulls up the ideas counter, how many ideas he had and how much ideas other people had, and it was 0. That's Batman, dude. Like shit like that is funny, dude. Like that's bad. Like obviously it's funny, but because it's a Lego movie, but like Batman's kind of a narcissist. Like he loves being Batman. Lego Batman's like kind of like that. I just think it's clearly better than both.
Well, I guess I haven't read much comics, so I don't get to decide.
He's
that,
not.
But
Christian Bale isn't like that. That Batman isn't a detective.
I don't think he's a good representation of Batman.
That's good.
I think it's a good movie.
Great
I think
movie,
it's a fucking amazing movie.
But not a great representation of Batman. But yeah, I love the Lego Batman movie so much. It's probably in my top 3 DC.
Yeah, I know. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. All right, next was the Barbie movie was garbage. We agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is kind of a prediction. I think the second movie of the Batman isn't going to be good.
Really?
I'm just worried about this.
You don't think it's going to be a Dark Knight situation where the second one's way, but like the second one's the best one?
Well, I hope it is. Something's telling me it's not going to be.
You don't think Hush and Clayface are going to be cool villains for the second one?
Yeah, they would.
I'm not confirming anything, but there's been rumors about Hush being the main villain, and he was set up decent. I made the shorts about it. He was set up decently in the first movie, and a lot of people have been saying Clayface is going to be in it. I think that's going to be really interesting. I'm probably more excited for the Batman 2 than I am Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'm so excited for Beyond the Spider. I'm really excited for Superman Legacy 2. I really hope that movie revives DC. But yeah, I hope the Batman 2 is great.
I'm more excited for the fourth Spider-Man for the MCU.
Tom's movie? Yeah, I really hope that's
because
good.
after No Way Home, I really have a lot of hope for that.
Any predictions for Spider-Man 4? What do you want to see? What don't you want to see?
I want to see something that we're more used to when it comes to Spider-Man.
Homecoming is the worst Spider-Man movie. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good. I think it's a bad movie and a bad Spider-Man movie. There's good stuff in it. Vulture's a great villain. The twist with him is cool. I like the Washington scene. I like where he's lifting up the rubble scene. But it's terrible representation of Spider-Man. Iron Man's constantly saving him. He doesn't make his own gadgets or suit. And I just think it's one of probably a top 10 bottom MCU movie.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see from Spider-Man 4. Him actually doing it himself, making everything himself. He made his own suit
at the end of No Way Home, and it looks great.
It looks great,
and
yeah. It's like the classic colors, too.
It's a little bit too CGI, though. Maybe that's just because it was like a swinging around scene.
Probably because it was for one shot, and they didn't want to make a whole suit for one shot.
Well, I would hope they would make a great suit for No Way Home. Great movie.
Well, for one shot... I wouldn't make it.
Considering their No Way Home had a big budget, I would hope if they're making these CGI Iron Spider suits and stuff, I would hope they would.
It's from a distance.
Yeah, that's probably the thing. You don't really get to see it too well.
Yeah.
So that probably might be why. Your turn.
The Joker 2019 was one of the best DC movies.
I agree.
Yeah.
Some
a lot of people
hate
disagree.
On it. Yeah, but I think it might be in the conversation. It's probably I think the Dark Knight might be better, but the Joker is so good. Joker's definitely in. I wouldn't blame anyone at all if Joker was their favorite rated R or DC movie. I love the Joker. Saw X was good. Not necessarily a hot take.
Not a hot take.
It is for people loving it, but you were lower on it than everybody else. But like I said, like we talked about last episode,
the villains were bad. The villains, yeah.
There was a lot of bad stuff in it. But John Tobin Bell is such a great actor, and I love seeing the back.
I saw him in another movie I watched. What was it? It was it The Firm?
I don't know what The Firm is.
It's I don't know if it was The Firm or another movie.
Yeah,
I don't think it was. Hold on. What movie was this? I gotta remember. It was a Tom Cruise movie.
Mission Impossible.
It was The Firm.
The Firm.
Yeah. I fell asleep, but from what I seen, it was good. Oh yeah, and then I watched American Made. Yeah, but he was in a movie called The Firm. that I watched, and while I was in Orlando, I also watched American Made again. It was my second time watching that. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I rated it on Letterboxd, I think.
What out of 10?
4, I think. 4 stars.
So what is it about? I've never heard of this made.
It's based on a true story about a guy named Barry who.
Barry Berkman from The Barry Show?
Yes. No. Basically, he works for this. He was a pilot, and then he started working for the CIA, for like reconnaissance in South America for like communist stuff like that. And then while doing that, he started smuggling drugs for the Colombian like a Colombian cartel, and yeah, it's just really interesting. It's funny too.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the Saw series. Saw X I liked Saw X a lot. It was a good movie.
I explained that really bad, but
No, you're fine.
Saw X, no, bro, it just wasn't. The villains,
wasn't you got to see
it was just
Tobin Bell
boring.
being awesome? Excuse me.
Yeah, that's it.
It. It was a very. I thought it was. I like how it made you cared for a psychopath murderer. Like that was very interesting, and you're sleeping on it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he does a good thing. He saves the child. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, but like that stuff was cute. It was.
Yeah, I would hope
great.
anybody would do that. I would hope. So like, yeah,
Your turn.
it doesn't make him a good person.
I mean, obviously he's not a good person, but like still, you're rooting for him in that movie, and I like that a lot.
All right. Next one. Terrifier 2 is one of the worst horror movies.
I agree. Terrifier 2 is terrible. I think we talked about it for an episode, but yeah, story's terrible. The gore, I just don't really care for. First one's bad movies.
It was good gore, but like the story is what matters the most in a horror movie, I think.
Definitely.
Does it matter more than the scariness? You think?
I
think so, honestly.
I think you should have a good story, but you should like have good scary stuff. Like
story should be your main priority, and then put the scary
there
stuff
should be
over
at least 2 good scares in there. You know.
I don't think I'm gonna be scared at all from the FNAF movie.
Yeah, probably not. It's PG-13.
But I hope the story's good. That's all that I care about. The story.
Venom
and the acting
is mine. Venom is better than Homecoming and Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
You agree?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, you don't really like the first Venom. I think it's a good movie. I like Tom Hardy as Venom. I think it's clearly better than Homecoming, and it's a little bit better than the first Spider-Man
Venom
movie.
it's like Guardians of the Galaxy for me, except worse, way worse. It didn't connect with me at all. And Spider-Man Homecoming, while it's not a good Spider-Man representation, not a good movie, I don't like Tom Holland Spider-Man in it. It's funny.
Yeah, it's one of the funnier MC movies. I will agree. At least they're funny.
Made me laugh a lot.
It's October 14th. The Dillon, Danis, and Logan Paul fight is the day. Who is your money on?
Logan Paul and Dillon Danis?
Yes.
I only know who one of those people are.
I can't believe you have. So I thought I explained it to you a few episodes ago. So this guy, Dillon Danis, has been uploading pictures of Logan Paul's fiance, just basically very lewd photos every day, multiple, and then his wife sued him, and then that's causing up everything. And then they had like a face off where they got on a YouTube video and then like sat at a table like this and argued at each other, and like they're both like, I don't want to throw out anything, but I think they're both kind of scammers, and they were both like, it's just CoffeeZilla made a whole video about them arguing. This fight has a lot of hype around it. I don't think it's fake. I'm really curious to see. You typically don't care for like YouTuber fights at all, but this one has definitely caught my interest. I'm super curious to see who wins, because whoever loses, their career is like, and then
really
everything. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of, obviously you don't know much about it, but like there's a lot of like Logan Paul is like putting everything into this fight. Like they're constantly tweeting, making videos, like
training.
Definitely uploading videos of training. Logan Paul on every like video he's on is like, I'm gonna kill this guy, knock him out round 1. Like there's a lot of talk around it.
I don't keep track of this stuff at all. This stuff I never really cared about this stuff. Can I see what they look like?
Well, I'll show you after the episode, but yeah, I will.
I'll go. Well, come on. I want to see now.
Well, we don't have our phones.
Oh yeah, we don't.
So yeah, I'll show you after the thing. And then one thing, I don't think we had. Do you have anything else to talk about?
No.
There's a new Chucky show out, Chucky season 3. I watched the first season, didn't really. I thought it was never caught up with the second season. Third season's out. I saw like an ad for it or something. Chucky's apparently like a president now or something, or like in the courthouse with hanging out with presidents and stuff. It's just wacky. I might talk about the Chucky thing. But on the topic of shows, I finally watched Fionna and Cake. Adventure Time is one of my favorite
I saw that in your letterbox.
Yeah, one of my favorite childhood shows of all time. And I was not a big fan of Fionna and Cake at all. I did not get the hype around it. It has like a 4 point something on Letterboxd. I gave it like a 3 stars, maybe like a 3.5. It was just such a chore to watch and such a chore to get to like a dumb ending. I don't like how it just tries to add lore to like, I just thought it was dumb. You don't know much about it at all, obviously, so. But
do you think you have to watch Adventure Time to understand what's going on?
Definitely. It's like a sequel. It's like just another season of Adventure Time, but like really lore deep. And I just did not get into it at all. It just wasn't for me.
I gotta watch Adventure Time.
Yeah, Adventure Time.
Eventually.
So but I think that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for the comments. Check out our letterboxes, TikTok, our main channel, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep, that's it.
We'll make sure we won't miss another week of uploading. Maybe
try not to.
we'll try to before next Sunday we'll try to get an extra episode out or something, or we'll see what we can do. But we'll make sure we get caught up and back on track just for you guys. And we'll see you in the next one.
All right. See ya.
Bye.